Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. If we haven't practiced together before, my name is Sarah, and today I'm going to guide you through a very, very grounding flow. We stay low pretty well the whole time, and it's just really about reconnecting and coming back down from any stress or busyness that we might be experiencing right now, or maybe you had a stressful day or busy day, or a very normal day and you just want to settle down for the evening. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll start by just lying down on our backs. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, hold at the top, sip a little more, and exhale, sigh it out. We'll do a few more just like that, inhaling all the way. Inhale a little more. Last little sip at the top. And exhale, sigh it out. Moving through a few more of these on your own time. Biggest breaths of your day. Sighing them out at the top. Just letting go of anything that you're holding on to. Anything that's distracting you. Anything you might have to do later. Just give yourself this time. This little bit of space in your day. Just to show up for you. Staying with that full deep breath, sending it all the way into the belly. If you want, you can bring one hand on your heart, then your other hand on your belly. Just feeling it rise with the inhale. And again, exhaling, let go. We'll stay here for 5 more rounds of breath. If you're having a hard time focusing, you can always account or attach a count to your breath. Inhaling for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling a little deeper for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And knowing throughout your practice this evening, you can always come back to that breath, using it as an anchor, using it to ground. And knowing when your mind gets busy, if you feel distracted, it is always there for you. We'll start to move, rolling out through the wrists and the ankles. Take a nice big energizing stretch overhead and hug your knees into your chest. Just keeping it nice and gentle, find a little rock from side to side. Keep that right knee hugging in, extend your left leg out long. And with the help of that left hand, guide your right knee over to the left side. You can keep that left hand on your top knee. If it doesn't quite reach the floor, you can bring a pillow or block or anything to bring the ground closer to you. And just let your gaze fall over to the right. Stay with that long, deep breath. Last breath here. As you exhale, slowly come back through center, hug that right knee in again. Once you arrive, we'll just start to draw some nice big circles with that right knee. Just moving through that hip joint. And then we'll let that right sole of the foot find the ground beneath you. And then we'll bring that left foot up, left ankle onto right thigh. You can stay here, press that left thigh away. Option to reach through, pull it in a little closer. Gently release that right sole of the foot down onto the mat if it's not already there. We'll bring the arms into that T shape, letting the knees fall over to the right side. Left sole of the foot finds the ground beside you. Gaze falls over to the left. Slowly draw back through center. Release both soles of the feet down onto the ground, windshield wiper side to side. Next time you draw back through center, we'll hug that left knee in, right leg extends long. Deep breath in together. And exhale with the help of your right hand, drawing that knee over to the right side. Gaze over to the left. We'll take 3 more deep breaths here together. Deep breath in for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Full exhale. Again, deep breath in. Hold at the top a little, sit more. Exhale fully. Again, last breath in here. Exhale back through to center. Hug that left knee in once again, and then we'll plant it down onto the ground. Right sole of the foot comes to that left thigh. Staying here for 1 breath, press that right thigh away. An option to stay or reach through, hug it in a little closer. Let that left sole of the foot find the ground, and then twisting over to the left side, let that right foot find the ground beside you. Gazing over that opposite shoulder. Slowly release back through center. We'll hug that left knee in, extend the right leg out long. We'll just find those slow circles with that left knee. And then from here, we'll bring that right knee in to meet the left. Find a little rock from side to side. We'll bring the knees nice and wide. And again, find those circles, drawing the knees towards and away from one another. Next time the knees fall wide, stay. Option to stay here. Reach for the outsides of the shins or outer edges of the feet, coming into a happy baby. Slowly release soles of feet down onto the mat, arms by your sides. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. On your next breath in, we'll reach the arms up and overhead. Full exhale. Your next breath in, press into the soles of the feet. Lift the hips up. And as you exhale, we'll start to reach the arms forward, lower the hips to hover. Inhale, arms reach up, hips lift, arms overhead. Exhale, lower and hover, moving through on your own breath. Inhales to lift and reach. And exhales bring you back down. Next time the hips come up, we'll stay for one extra breath. Press into the heels, lift a little higher. And exhale, lower everything down. We're going to bring those knees back in nice and wide. Or find that happy baby one more time. You can cross the feet, hug the knees in, and we'll rock and roll down the length of our spine. Eventually meeting in a seated position. So from here, we're going to cross the right shin in front of the left shin. We'll find a tall spine, reach up. And as you exhale, fold forward, leading with the heart. Inhale to find length, reach those fingertips a little further forward. And then slowly start to melt down, bring those forearms down. Resting through the neck and the head. Starting to feel a nice stretch through that low back, maybe that right hip. Slowly walk the hands in back to seated. So we're going to roll through that again. Option to advance would be to bring that right foot just on top of that left thigh. Shins are parallel. So right shin is stacked over the left. Again, we'll reach up. Lead with the heart, start to fold. Finding a little bit more of a sensation through that right hip this time. As we inhale, we lift and find a little bit more space. Exhale to sink in a little deeper. We'll stay here for 5 slow, deep breaths. At the end of your 5, slowly start to walk your hands back in. The palms down beside you, soles of the feet down onto your space. From here, we'll find that windshield wiper seated side to side. Come back through center. This time we're going to spin onto that right hip. Right shin is in line with the front edge of your mat, 90 degrees. And then you're going to bend that left knee so it's also 90 degrees. Left sole of the foot is facing to the back of the room. Tuck into the fingertips, lengthen the chest, and find that same movement as you lead with the heart. Start to fold down over that right shin. Giving yourself a chance to settle in here. And eventually letting go of any fidgeting. Just staying with that space. Staying with that breath. If you find your mind has started to wander, just bring it back right here. On your own time, slowly start to walk those hands back in. Once you arrive at the top, just bring that right palm behind you. Start to lift the hips, reach that left arm up and over. Just finding that some space through the left side body, through the front line of the body. Release back down. Spin back onto your seat. We'll move through the other side, just crossing the legs opposite way that you did before. Starting out with that left shin in front of the right. Take a deep breath in to reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Gently come back up through seated. We'll move a little deeper this time, stacking that left shin over the right. Reach up at the top and fold back down. Five more breaths here. At the end of your 5, start to curl yourself back up to seated. This time we'll fall onto that left hip, setting up for our 90-90 on the other side. This time our left shin is in line with the front edge of our mat. Right sole of the foot is pointing back, both legs at 90-degree angles. We'll inhale, lift up, and exhale, start to curl forward, melting down. Just taking the first couple moments to get set up here, and then allow yourself to sink in. Your mind has started to wander, come back. Any thoughts that start to come up here, just simply let them pass by. Gently, gently, slowly, slowly start to press yourself back up. Maybe take a couple shoulder rolls here. We'll bring those left fingertips behind us. Sweep that right arm up to the sky, lift the hips. Deep breath into find length. Exhale to lower back down. Come back into our seat, palms behind us, and again, find that windshield wiper from side to side. Come back to seated. This time, bring the legs nice and wide apart. If you have a pillow or a block, or you can even fold your mat if you're on one, just to help yourself find a little length here. Start by tenting the fingertips down by our sides, pressing up, and then bring them out in front. Slowly start to fold down. Just working with this pose here, not feeling like you have to make it to the floor. I most certainly am not to the floor. Just trying to find a nice stretch to the insides of the legs while keeping length of that chest. Maybe you get to a point where you feel like you can walk the hands out a little bit further away from you, just meeting your edge. Slowly release back up to seated. From here, we'll bend into that left knee, bringing the left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Just turning slightly so our chest frames that right leg. We'll find length, reach up at the top, and then fold down. You can keep this passive, just keeping your arms down by your sides, or if you want a little more, you can find a place holding onto the shin or the foot, pulling yourself down a little bit more. Slowly release. Coming back to seated, we're going to stay on this side. This time your right hand is going to find the inside of that right shin, or if you can, bring that forearm down onto the floor. Reach that left arm up and over, and then reach that left arm to the front of your room. Breathing space into that left side body. Keeping the chest open, make sure you're not collapsing down here. And release, come back up. Bring both legs out in front of us. So legs are straight. We're going to come into a reverse plank here just to counter all these folds. So you can press into your palms, lift the hips, lift everything up. Press the heels forward. If it feels comfortable, you just let your head fall. Last breath in, lift a little higher. And release back down, bring the legs wide. Find length in the spine, and again, we're going to fold into the center, noticing if there's a little bit more space this time around. Last breath here. And then we'll walk it in. This time, right sole of the foot comes in to the inside of the left thigh. We'll just turn to frame our upper body over that left leg and start to melt forward. Slowly start to walk yourself back up. This time we bring the left fingertips or forearm to the inside of that left leg. Reach that right arm up and over. Spiraling your heart to the sky. Release back through center. Again, straighten both legs. Option here is to bring the soles of the feet down onto the ground to lift the hips up. Otherwise, you're in that reverse plank. Legs are straight. We'll take 3 deep breaths in here. Last one, lift as high as you can. And slowly release down onto your mat. From here, we'll reach the arms forward. And slowly come back down. Once you arrive, soles of the feet down onto your mat, we're going to move through that bridge flow to finish off here. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lower and hover. Last time, inhale and reach. And then from here, just bring the arms down by your sides. Keep those hips lifted. Option to interlace your fingers underneath your back. Maybe rolling those shoulders down and under. Press into the heels, lifting a little higher. Deep breath in. Exhale, find your edge here. If you've interlaced the fingers, release the palms and then vertebrae by vertebrae rolling down onto your back. Once you arrive, hugging the knees into the chest, little rock from side to side. Option to find one last happy baby. Wherever you are, release. Last time, hug the knees into your chest. Maybe give each knee a little kiss. Just thanking yourself for showing up today. And then slowly, slowly release everything out into your final Shavasana. Final resting pose. For the last few moments of your practice, just allowing yourself to be here. To be here with yourself. To be here with any thoughts that come up. And when they do, just let them go. Just noticing when we stop moving what comes up. back to your natural breath. Your mind starts to wander, just telling yourself gently that for the last few moments, you're here for you. There's nowhere to go and nothing to do. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana a little longer, I invite you to do so. Otherwise, if you're ready to come out, doing so slowly, wiggling through your fingertips, wiggling through your toes. Same way we started, rolling out through the wrists and the ankles. Reach the arms up and overhead. And release, just rolling on to one side. And using that top arm to press you up to seated once you arrive, hands to heart. Thank you all so much for joining. It is an honor and a privilege to guide you through your practice. And I hope to see you soon. Namaste.